We are going to be discussing what is the difference between online and offline jobs in vector search. Although the concept of online and offline jobs is much broader in the, you can say, in the context of computing in general. Okay, although it has some meaning in machine learning as well, and in fact very closely linked to machine learning, but it is much broader than that. I'm going to explain this concept using vector search. So the idea is that anything that can be, you can say, can be delayed, you can put that into a offline job bucket. Okay, and anything that needs to be instantaneous or with a less waiting time will be put under the bucket of online job. Now think about user facing applications where customers are, let's say, searching on Amazon for the right product. If customer enter a keyword, they don't want to wait for 10 minutes. We don't want to train a model when a customer is going to search on Amazon search bar. So we want to train the model beforehand as a offline job, but we want to get that model deployed to make real-time predictions, and that real-time predictions is basically under the purview of online jobs. So I think that sums it up quite nicely. Now let's look at how the concept applies in vector search. In vector search, there are two different processes. First one is the building in embeddings and index. This is going to be a one-time process unless you have a use case or you have a setup where your documents changes very frequently. Then you will have to do this job again and again. Although even in that case, you will have possibly a process, a cron job kind of thing, which runs weekly or monthly or maybe even quarterly. Okay, so what we do is we have a build, embedding and index creation step, and then once that is done, online job is user query lookup. So I have set up a simple database of jobs, and I'm thinking about building an application of job searching. Okay, so user comes in and they type a keyword and they want to display, they want immediate result display. Okay, so for that purpose I have although this is not necessary, but to showcase, because FAISS library is used in production for similarity searches, so I'm using that to build my index. So I'll import my library and I'll get this data set running, and then I'll import the model. Why do I need this model? To produce the embeddings for these job terms. Okay, so let's quickly run this, and this will what this will do is this line will download the model, and you have to make sure that the HF token, that is Hugging Face token, is enabled, because this sentence transformer library is created by Hugging Face, and this they want you to basically enable this to make sure that who is using so they want to identify who is using the model somehow. Okay, so now our model has been downloaded. We can produce the embeddings. So we are generating embeddings, and we are also having this start and end time to kind of see how does our time looks like. So I can possibly write something like this many seconds it took to generate the embedding. I did not write it earlier, I guess, so I'll do and minus. Okay, I think it's done. It's there in here. Okay, let me print this line in this cell. So let's run this. So it took us about 0.18 seconds to produce the embedding. Now we will create the index, and we are using a simple flat based index, and flat index is as good as no index at all. But just to showcase you the concept, I'm doing that. So I'm adding all the vectors. Where are my job vectors? We just created it. Okay, so let's run this. So now our index has been created. So now let's do the online job. Online job is actually looking at the query. Suppose I don't have a user interface right now. We will be doing that in the notebook only. So user comes in and they enters a query called AI career opportunities. So we take the query vector, we encode it. Now this model has to be saved. So this model, whatever the model was, this has to be saved somewhere. Now I'm assuming that this online job is going to be separate from offline. So there is a you can say deduplication or maybe separation of concerns here. Okay, so I'm going to be loading the model, and I'm going to be encoding the query vector, and then I'm going to be searching the query vector from the index. Again, this index currently I'm using the same variable, but this will not be allowed in real life situations. This index would have been saved maybe in S3 or maybe on your EC2 instances, and you will be loading that index by simply reading that. And FAISS library, SS library offers ways to load your indexes from disk as well. So now let's run this, and you see the processing took about 0.009 seconds. That's good, which is what we want. But again, we had a toy example, and yeah, so top matches are AI research engineer. Let's do this again for maybe graphic designer. Let's run this time. We are getting top matches as graphics designer, although score, I don't know why this is low. Something, did I mess up? Okay, I think I'm using previous variables only. Okay, so I think that would be it for this particular discussion. And do let me know if you want me to cover any specific topic of your choice, or maybe you are having some doubts in those topics. I can cover that for you. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.